Okay, guys, let's do a little review with the log equations that we started today. So let's just kind of review a little bit of what some of these are. First of all, with this a value at the beginning, if it is negative, that tells you that it reflects over the x-axis. If you have any other number there, if it is greater than 1, it is a vertical stretch. If it's between 0 and 1, it's a vertical shrink. Now remember, when you are looking at these two pieces right there, you're looking at the number with the negative taken off. So if it were like a -5, you would just consider it to be 5 and then proceed. Okay, now let's look at this part. The number on the end here is a shift on the y-axis. If it's plus, that means it's going up. If it's minus, it's going down. Our comment during class was the y doesn't lie. So whatever it is whatever it is. Now this one's the one that's kind of tricky. That value is a shift on the x-axis, and it's always opposite. So if it's minus a number, that really means that it's going to go to the right, whatever that number is. If it is a positive number, that means it's the left of whatever that number is. Now, this one right here is the only thing that changes your asymptote. So your asymptote is going to be at x equals 0 unless it moves left or right. And whatever it moves left or right is what that new asymptote is going to be. So let's take a look at a couple examples so you can see how this works. So on this first one, this negative number tells me two things. It tells me that, trying to erase. It tells you if it's negative that you're going to reflect over the x-axis. And if I consider that number without the negative, it would be 4. And that means that it is going to be a vertical stretch because it's greater than 1. So they usually say it's a vertical stretch by a factor of 4. So whatever this number is here is what it is here. Okay, then this piece that's here, that is going to be a shift on the x-axis. And remember, it's always opposite on the x-axis. So if it's -5, it's going to get shifted to +5, which means that it goes right 5. That also means whatever this is, when you go to write your asymptote, that's what that is. So your asymptote on this one is going to be at x equals 5. Okay, let's take a look at another one. So this 2 that's out here is positive, so no reflections. But it is greater than 1, so it's going to be a vertical stretch by a factor of 2. Then if I look at this part that's on the end here, that's going to be a shift on the y-axis. And because it's +5, it means it's going to go up 5. There is no shift at all on the x-axis. That means that your asymptote stays at x equals 0. Okay, let's try one more. And actually, I'm going to change this a bit. I'm going to make it 1/2 out here, just so you can see one of these. Okay, so if I start with this, that is between 0 and 1. So that means it's going to be a vertical shrink. By a factor of 1/2. Now if I go look at this next part, this tells me that it's going to be a shift on the x-axis. And remember, it's always going to be opposite. So if it's +3, it's really going to -3, which means it's going to go left 3. It also means the asymptote is going to be x equals this number, so negative 3. Here's my last piece right here. That's going to be a shift on the y-axis. And the y doesn't lie, so what it is what it is. So if it's plus 2, that means it goes up 2.